Hi everyone, welcome back to YPS of Acting. We're going to be continuing with our Branding Yourself as an Actor series. If you haven't seen the first video, then you should probably head to the description box where it's linked and watch that one first, and then you can come back here, because otherwise this might not make an awful lot of sense. Today we're going to be talking about some exercises and some techniques on how to actually find out your brand, because it's a misconception that everyone knows themselves so well and how to present themselves. Sometimes selling your brand can be the hardest thing because you can't just step back and look at it from an external point of view. So let's talk about how we can do that. So the first technique we're going to talk about is really just a bit of research. In the same way that you would research for a product or a brand, you're going to research for you as an actor. So I want you to ask everyone you know. That can be actors or family and friends, non-actors, everyone you know, as many people as possible. Aim for around 20 to 30 people. I know that seems a lot. I don't have that many friends, but I would ask my family as well, and I would ask my work colleagues, etc. So if you ask this many people, what kind of roles do you imagine me playing? And that can be fictional roles that have already been played by someone, but don't focus on the actor, focus on the role. What kind of roles, what kind of films, what kind of characters do you see me as an actor playing? I will give you an example. I have a friend, she's still my friend, don't worry. This experiment didn't ruin our friendship. I have a friend who asked around 50 people, a lot of people, what roles they can imagine her playing. And a lot of them said a shy girl, a shy girl who goes on a journey and becomes stronger and then comes into her own, kind of like a coming of age, or kind of like a growth, a journey type story. And I thought that was really interesting, and a lot of them used examples of real films as well. And I thought that was really interesting that a lot of them said that with no understanding that anyone else was saying similar things. She hadn't considered these type of roles as her brand. But when she looked at her past history of castings, she realized that she enjoyed them, she was good at them, and she was being cast as that. So that is going to change the way she views her brand and how she will operate in auditions and what she'll put out there. So a tip for this exercise is ask for as much detail as possible and record it all in a spreadsheet or in a form, however you like. Record everything that they say, every word that comes out, and you will actually probably see a trait that's coming out a lot, or at least similar type personality traits, and that'll be really interesting for you. And you can disagree with them if you like, if you think that's not your brand or you don't enjoy playing that type of role, but I would guess that they probably hit the nail on the head, because our brand tends to not be so dissimilar from our real person, from who we are anyway. The second exercise that you can do to discover your brand is find scripts and read them and film yourself. First of all, you probably should be doing this anyway. It's good practice for, that job you want to do, acting. But this is with your brand in mind. So find lots of different scripts. You can find loads of scripts online these days. I mean, some of them are questionable writing, but we're just looking for a specific thing. If you've got plays lying around the house, or you've got, extra scripts from auditions, have a read of maybe 10 different scripts, film yourself doing them, and note two things. One, which ones did you enjoy the most and you found easiest to get into the character? We've all been in that experience where sometimes the character just fits us like a glove. It's enjoyable, we get it, we feel similar to the character, and we just slide right in. And then sometimes it feels a little bit more clunky, we have to do more character work, we have to dive a bit deeper to really get hold of the character. It tends to be the stuff that we enjoy is the stuff we find easy, because it is our brand, it's what we are naturally inclined to do. Also, when you watch back, you can see if that aligns with the way you felt at the time. If you really enjoyed the character, does it also look like great acting? Do you believe the character? Do you believe the intentions? The third thing is your appearance, and I'm sure a lot of you have been thinking about this. Sometimes our appearance can really can really aid our brand. And sometimes we may have to work with what we've got. So the acting industry has, of course, always been all about appearance. That is not something that should be hidden. That is a fact. I am very tall. Well, I'm not very tall, but I'm 5'10", just under 5'10", and that had a big impact on my brand and what roles I was being cast for. And you need to look at yourself and decide how you're going to make your appearance fit. Why do I keep saying appearance? Your appearance fit your brand. Have you got really big eyes that make you look kind of younger and cuter and softer? Do you have a great jawline that makes you look tough? I'm simplifying a lot. I know this isn't always the case, but I'm simplifying. Are you taller and that makes you not as prominent for the love interest roles? Now, I'm not saying in all cases, we're talking about branding, so there is some amount of stereotyping that we have to do here to find our brand. I'm not saying you will never get cast as a love interest if you're tall or anything like that. I'm just saying that it can happen, and when you're creating your brand, it's good to keep it as simple as possible. If you want to play off your brand sometimes, you go for it. Maybe look at some celebrities that you have been compared to or you think you look like. Do you have a similar body shape? Do you have a similar jawline? Do you have a similar look? And which roles do they play? Is it similar to you? Which personality traits do they tend to exude, and is it similar to you? The fourth thing is very simple, and that is roles that you've previously played. Now, even if you haven't played a lot of roles, even if we're talking about way back in school or for exams or for auditions, which kind of roles do you feel that you really suited or fit into, or you felt like you were really comfortable in? And those are the things you need to gravitate towards and decide which of those personality traits are really you. So I hope these techniques were useful. I hope you're frantically building this brand now and experimenting and researching. Remember, like any business, like any service, you would be expected to do your research and to have as much information as possible. A brand does not just jump to life in a day, so it's something that you'll be experimenting with forever. So don't feel impatient, enjoy the process, and let me know in the description box below if you've got a number of traits that you're pretty sure fit into your brand. I look forward to reading them. And if you really enjoyed this video and you're looking forward to the next one where we're going to get even more practical, which is how to put it into your social media, how to put it on your spotlight, on your Mandy and your headshots, and how you're going to do that, then that'll be in the next video. So make sure you hit subscribe and click thumbs up, and I'll see you then. Bye.